One. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Angel Meadows, a conversation with friends. It's going to be an interesting evening. I can tell you that. The chat and the conversation in the chat room before we went to live got a little bit interesting and warm.
Risque?
Risque. Might have to put an R rating to this show, like last week's. Oh yeah. My guest tonight is Cheryl. I won't say your last name. I'll let you say it because, my mind is going in a whole other direction today. So we're going to have to behave ourselves.
Called Prevette.
So first off, Prevette?
Yes, Prevette.
All right.
At
So
least you
Cheryl
didn't have to
Prevette is
pronounce
my
my
guest.
maiden name.
Well, it's not on my thing, so go ahead. Let's hear it. What is it?
Mahaffey.
Oh, Mahaffey's easy.
Yeah, but now when you put it all together, it's not.
Okay. First off, thank you very much for agreeing to come on my show. I've known you for only a few short months, and you've been very quiet, and you kept popping up into my view, and I knew that there was a reason, how things work these days. There was a reason why things were supposed to happen. And we had a conversation one day on Skype, and it was like, hey, hush, Scott. This is exactly where it is. And Eric saying, hi, Mr. Cheryl. Mr. Cheryl's name is James. Okay, so everybody, say hi and welcome to Cheryl. Cheryl
Hi,
wants to tell
Mr.
everybody a
Porsche,
little bit
Mr.
about
Cheryl. I'm sorry, what, Darlene?
tell
Scott's not
everybody a little
helping.
bit about yourself before I your bio.
Oh, my
No, just
God.
ignore Scott. He's a boy.
Yeah, oh, gosh. Okay, 53. I'm proud of my age. I managed to survive 4 teenagers at the same time, and we all lived. I have umpteen grandkids, adopted kids. I'm still trying to get comfortable talking about some of the things I do. I kind of got put on the spot. Thank you. I have been doing tarot readings for almost about 30 years for friends and family. But where I live, especially in the past, it's not exactly been something that people just tar and feathers sound familiar.
Yes, it does. I've heard that.
Yeah, they still talk about that in this area. But there's just several things. I'm learning as I go along. I'm learning on my own. Do what?
Just imagine what would happen if I went there.
Oh, bless you, child. We would have to run guard for you. We would. Seriously. Because like we had talked before, I could throw a rock and hit about 10 Baptists. And I can't throw a rock very well. And when you add that up in this area, if you think outside of anything that's Christian or does not fit in their box, they're not comfortable with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I grew up in a family that was very open-minded. My mom taught us there's more beyond than what is told to you, more than what you just see. And we grew up with that knowledge. So it wasn't hard for me and my family, my children, my husband. They've seen it happen a lot. And they've seen me do things. So they all have my back, which has helped a whole lot. And anybody that said anything, they've been my first defenders. I don't even have to say anything. And that's one of the reasons you and my husband, my kids, and I started doing tarot readings on some live feeds and some other, and then found out some of them were shared. I didn't realize they were being shared. But, so I'm still learning. And a lot of people thank you, Scott. A lot of people talking about spiritual churches and stuff like that. We don't have anything like that out here.
Really?
And you don't really have a structured area, whether it's a church or a group in this area that can show you where you're going. So as I go along, I'm learning as I go along. Besides the reading of the cards, I have gone some areas and cleaned out negative energy. I have, everybody calls me Doc Mom. I'm the first one they come to before they even go to a doctor. And
There you go.
that's a common thing here. Like I said, I'm still, does it look like I'm nervous?
Okay,
Or I'm
I'm
running
gonna
my
I'm gonna
mouth?
get you. Yes, you are. Just a wee bit, but it's okay. See, what a lot of people, for those of you who are just listening on without camera and just listening to the MP3 in the aftermath of this craziness that's going to happen, we can see Mr. Cheryl sitting behind you, your loving husband James. Now, James has known you for not counting how many years you've been married, and how long has he known you?
33 years. 33 years.
And has he always known you to be this, or did you keep it from him in the beginning, and then and it was just, waited to see if he was the one, or did he always know?
I've always known. Did you always know I was the one? Or did I just tell you?
Okay. So nothing surprised him about you,
Mm.
except that the fact that the beautiful woman could be in love with him, right? It was like, with
Oh, I like that one. I like that one.
He ain't gonna argue with that one, not if he wants to live.
But no, it's just, like I said, I'm learning as I go. I learned that over the past years that I am an empath. And I can deal with children really, really well. And especially ones that have like learning disabilities or ADHD or something like that. I seem to connect
I'm
with.
gonna read a little bit of her bio here. It says, no, okay, everybody get ready. This one, I'm gonna read the whole bio. Okay, this was written by Cheryl's loving husband and her sister. It says, Cheryl has been reading tarot and oracle cards for family and friends for about 30 years that he knows of. She also read for others of the family and friends and selectively passed on the information. She gives free readings to those who are in need of them. Just recently, she started doing readings for people in one of the Facebook group and live feeds, but she's still trying to get comfortable with letting other people outside of her family know. Cheryl has also learned over time that she's an empath, and she has worked with her at her son's school with ADHD children as a class aide, a Head Start, and even at a place where mentally handicapped adults learn to live on their own. She is connected with them all, which sort of fits you. A lot of times, you can't go anywhere without somebody coming up to start a conversation about anything. She has unofficially investigated paranormal areas. She has seen, this is from her hubby, I have seen her cleanse negative energies from homes and people. She has eased a few people's pain by touching and massaging it away. She likes to work with pendulums and is learning candle and herb magic. She does hear voices, other than James's, as much as she gets impressions of things or events connected to the person trying to pass on a message or validating that it is them. She will get a pain or pressure between her eyes or chills if there's a presence trying to make contact. Cheryl doesn't put up with, I love this part, Cheryl doesn't put up with crap. she hates bullies and tries to be as honest as she can, which doesn't always make her one of the most popular people around. And so what did she do? She came to myself. But
Yeah.
you guys did a really good job because I know it's hard when you've never written your own bio, although I've done it a couple of times. Yeah, I could read off of paper. And it's not easy, but what I've found is that the view that we have of ourselves is not always the same view that others have of you. So
True.
that's why this time I asked, because James was in the room, I was like, let's get him involved in this. James, you want to write the bio? And it also shows you what other people see. You know, because, and not just because he's your husband and your sister, they did that. Yes, they do love you. But it's what they see, and they see it with, with more clarity than you give yourself credit for.
Well, I don't worry about what I can and can't do. If I'm needed somewhere, that's where I go. That's what I do. Like I've told several people, I can put up with a room full of ADHD children than I can one stupid adult.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's not clear up my chat room now, okay?
I'm talking about adults that even though they know a question or an answer to a question, they will come and just ask you a question just to be rude. There's no reason to be rude just to be rude. And like I've had some people come up and ask me, they'll go, well, I'm sorry, I know this is a stupid question. And like my mom taught me, no question is stupid if you're looking for an honest answer. No question is stupid. Now, if you're going to come and ask a stupid question because you're trying to make me look stupid, it's on. I don't care. It's on. So, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not always everybody's favorite or their cup of tea. But everyone that knows me knows I'm honest. Do I?
Mm-hmm. I said I think you fit in very well with this little family.
And I love to joke around. I love to let people think I'm the comic relief because to me, making someone laugh can heal a lot more than just, feeding into somebody's pity party. Now, if they have a real reason to be hurting, be that shoulder. But once you're done with the shoulder, make them laugh. Move them on. Get them past that point. So that way they're not caught in the same spot. They're not sitting here going around in the same circle. And
Very true.
a lot of times, a lot of people don't understand that.
No, and a lot of times it's not that they don't understand it. It's that they find hard to get past it and hard to get through it, over it, whatever term you want to use. And sometimes it needs an outside force. It's like you're going in a straight line all the time and you're going around in a damn circle. Well, you just stood in that circle and they bumped into you, and this is where you help.
It's easier
They have to deviate from the path.
Looking in can see the path that leads out instead of, like you said, just the same circle, the same spiral. They can see if they're not as emotionally involved.
Yeah, exactly. Now, when was the first time that, you can go as far back as you want, that you can sit there and say, this was the first time that I've heard voices before, I got nudges before, but this was the defining moment. This was the moment that was my aha moment. So what was your aha moment?
Oh, Lord. That's hard to say because back when me and my sisters were little, we lived in a house that you could hear voices and see shadows and stuff like that. But Mom always said, ignore it. Don't pay attention to it. It's not going to hurt you. So it just became part of our growing up. And then,
Mhm.
okay, I'm not asking. So as we got older, we started paying more attention. And when I started realizing that, hey, she's doing good. Leave Darlene alone. When we got older, we started realizing that instead of just it being just words or something we couldn't understand, it was
Mhm.
going into, well, say this, don't do this, or we get this impression, don't go that place, don't go there, and we
Yeah.
relied on that quite a bit, and that that was back when I was small, but after I got older, I spent a 10-year period in a rough marriage, so I kind of let everything kind of slide. And then after me and my kids
Mhm.
walked, I decided, well, I'm going to be myself because nobody else is going to be me. I'm
Okay.
tired of hiding because when you get to the point that you need to say something to somebody or you need to walk up to
Mhm.
say, hey, do you need a hug? And you don't do it. I don't
Yeah.
know about any of y'all, but it makes my gut hurt. That
It
it
does.
looks like I got a knot. If
Mhm.
you let him know, Jennifer, you let him know. But if you don't say, what's going on in your head, it causes physical issues. And like I said, I don't know about
Yeah.
anybody else because this is something that I'm learning on my own. And
Mhm.
back a few years ago, I had to have some hip replacement. And I had a real winner for a doctor that caused a blood boil tube rupture. And I lost quite a few pints on the table. And they lost me 3 times.
Mhm.
So after I come back from that, it was like I got hit by a Mack truck. I had no choice after that. And I even started to
Mhm.
notice even
Exactly.
more. And it's like, if I don't say something, I make myself sick. And I got to the point now that, okay, people going to think I'm weird. I'm old enough. I don't give a crap anymore. Hey, I'm blonde. I say I'm senile. Hi, I'm Cheryl. Want to talk to me now? So, I mean, it's, it's interesting. It's gotten real interesting. Okay, it used to be
Mhm.
just
Well,
tarot.
like I said, yeah, no, it's gonna be a whole lot more. But as I said, you fit in very well with this little family
Thank
of
you.
Angel Meadows and Intuit Talk. So, you're not going anywhere. And something
I hope
you
not.
said is that go ahead.
Thank you.
One thing you said that is when growing up, you lived in a house that had a lot of spirit, a lot of voice, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
activity. And you
Mm-hmm.
said you and your sisters. How many sisters, how many siblings do you have?
I have 2 sisters. I'm the oldest of
Okay.
3. I'm the oldest of
Okay.
3.
What's that? The boys are going. There we go.
No, no
Do
boys.
your sisters, all,
My middle one,
do your sisters have any connections here?
my middle one, Donna, she is more of follows the Native American path from our family bloodline. The youngest one, she's not so much because she really does, she's got a little bit, but she really doesn't mess with it. And my middle sister
Mm-hmm.
right now, she's going through a rough time, so she's dealing with depression. And I'm kind of trying to work with her on that. But where
Mm-hmm.
I'm all more the Irish area, my middle sister follows the Native American. But we find a way to kind of work together on it. But the youngest one, she doesn't.
Well, it can work together. And the youngest one, how old is she?
Oh, gosh. Okay, my youngest one, oh, gosh, she was born in 68. So how old is she now? Besides
You
old?
won't tell. She's gonna be mad at you.
Oh no. She done told me, do good, be yourself, girl, this evening. So the worst we're gonna do is grill you at the steak. By the way, bring steak sauce. You know I like mine medium rare. That's my youngest sister.
I like mine well done. I like mine
Yeah.
well done. A1, please.
I told her just to bite me
Oh.
before I got grilled.
Woo.
But yeah, no, we grew up in one when we were small. We went to a few places. Me and my middle sister went to a few places that were pretty rough there when Daddy was still active military. South Carolina has Charleston. A lot of places have a lot of history.
Mm-hmm.
The old plantations, even the USS Yorktown. We went every summer to that. That
Okay.
just the atmosphere alone is interesting. James has never been. He wants to go. We're talking about going this summer. But they've got a lot of older plantations. We went to a couple of them in South Carolina, and they weren't exactly the most pleasant things we've been to. And it's not something I would recommend unless you were really, really
So,
have protection around you.
yeah. Well, I have a couple of friends who do paranormal activities at specifically military bases and
Mm-hmm.
old war areas. So it's something that they say that you have to be prepared to
You
get
do.
that intense, because those were intense emotions, intense feelings. So,
Yeah.
when people cross, they cross with intense shit going on around them. Sorry,
They do.
our rating, I promise. Um, so yeah, it would make sense that, and the pain that went on there. So everybody who passed, whether it was in war or during a plantation, being a slave
Exactly.
or an owner or whatever, there's so much to go through. So that would be something that would
Yeah.
take a lot of experience and a lot of, and like you said, you're still learning. But the magic point is that you still want to learn.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
not stuck in your saying, okay, this is where I'm going to be, this is where I'm going to go. And I see our friend Jennifer just unmuted. So I'm feeling Jennifer's got something to say. Jennifer, did you
No,
unmute?
no, I wasn't
Oh,
unmuted.
okay. Well, okay, well, there you are. Anyway, so it was me. Oh, no, that's what it was. Sorry. Brian came into the chat room, but he can't hear me, so I won't say anything to him yet. Um,
Yeah, well, the Yorktown, growing up, we went every summer. And,
okay, what is
just,
Yorktown? Tell me. What is Yorktown?
it's the USS Yorktown. It is an old aircraft carrier. And
Okay.
it's in, I don't think, Summerfield, South Carolina. Yeah. But it's a museum now. And we would go every summer. And
Okay.
just the atmosphere alone. Somber.
Mhm.
The minute you walk on it, you know to respect. To show respect.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, I mean, you can't, anybody who goes in there and doesn't, then you can feel the difference in the air. Because like you said, the
Okay.
people that lost their lives, the tragedy they saw, it's embedded in the entire ship. And it's just something that, I don't know, you can feel, even though you can't always
Mhm.
explain it, you can feel it.
Yeah.
And plus,
Exactly.
growing up, we knew not to disrespect it. But just the feeling you get just going on there, you can feel it. And you can still feel it in some
Yeah.
places you
I
go.
wish, yeah, I wish everybody would get that. And whether it's human or spirit, it's a matter of respect. If you want to understand, if you want to learn, it's a matter of respect. Whether it's a tree or a spirit or a human, it's just,
Exactly.
you know. So that's
Exactly.
just people gotta get to.
That
Brian, hey y'all.
you have to give others respect, like you said, tree, grass, entities, another human being. The respect you put out there is the respect you're going to get back.
Exactly.
That's why when I do those readings on the live feed, I've seen so many of them pull the one card out, do one sentence, and go on. Okay, no offense to anybody. If you got something to say that somebody needs to hear, why stop if it's that important?
And the question in the chat room from Scott. Cheryl, do you find that some tambourine bangers come quietly to your back door for some help/advice, but publicly they hold torches and pitchforks? Or is it better for you now?
Okay, yeah, oh yeah, I wouldn't exactly put it that way, but yeah, I've had some that, will, yeah, but it amounts to the same thing. They'll come to my back door and ask for a reading, and then Sunday they'll be in church going, don't listen to the witch or whatever, and I'm thinking, really? Do I look like I have a pointy hat and a wart on my nose? Okay, last I looked, I don't have a wart anywhere. I hope. Anyway, but yeah, I have run across some that
We'll
have
send
done
Teddy
that.
over to go check out your closet for
Yeah, now I might have a broom or two
We'll send
around
Teddy
here,
across
right?
to check it out.
But yeah, there are some around here that does do that. And that's why I said that, my family and friends have been selective on who they talk to now. And it's bad when one minute they'll come and ask for advice, and then they'll badmouth you behind your back. And I'm one of those. If I have something to say to you, good or bad, I'm going to make sure you're looking me in the eye and I know you hear me. So when it comes back to me later that, oh, she said this, I'm going to say, did you hear it from me? Well, yeah, that's not. I said, okay, well, I said it. But if you didn't hear it from me, I didn't say it. Yeah, I have no pitch parts yet. I'm waiting for the tar and feathering, though.
I think I think that again, it's something that we all do. That we all do in some respects. Have people who doubt and like Scott says, go to your back door for information, and then at the front door they were like, tar and feathers and pitchforks and again, it's those people that it's all about them. It's not about helping others. It's all about them.
Exactly.
Because if they were really helping others, then the knowledge that you shared with them that was their aha moment is something they should share, because then other people get that. Not saying that you're going to read every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the bloody, state or whatever, but, it's nice to have that option and not be afraid. Now, I haven't been doing it as long as you have, and I've gotten to that point where for the first 3 years, I created Mama D because I didn't want people to know. But until I was ready for them to know. And now I could give a flying frog's ass what people think, and the local preacher and I have agreed to disagree, and we still get along. So that's why I said, I think I'll come down to visit you and just call it a bucket.
Well, these around here they don't even talk to me, which is fine, because if you're going to be that, closed-minded, and I would rather not waste my time for someone who's not going to listen to somebody else's opinion or somebody else's ideas. Because everybody has a right to their opinion. Everybody has a right to make their own decisions. I don't care whether, if one of my kids decides to do something and I think it's wrong, I don't come out and tell them. I'll just say, this might not be the right choice, but you're grown. That's up to you. But I'm not going to tell them and jump in there and say, hey, you're not doing it because I'm mama. It don't work like that.
Yeah.
And
No.
you can't do that.
I mean, you can do that, but it's just, they just sort of dig their heels in and say, you know, I'm going to do what I do. Why? How do I know this? Because I was one of those kids. You know, I was not a very good teenager, you know, but I became who I am. I'm not a teenager. It's not a very good adult.
We all have our moments.
Yeah, but I think that the kids need Brian Culver. I think that children these days and a lot of places are not given that the freedom to explore who they can be.
Exactly.
You know, because we want them to the parents and the system want them to go this way. Whether it's the churches or the schools or, you know, a lot of us have been through traumatizing lives in our childhood, but the point of being able to share it with the kids, you know, allowing them to express, you know, it's like, you know, I heard something or I felt something, you know, instead of just like, that's, you know, the devil's work or it's just your imagination or whatever. You allow them to, you know, to be. And I think that's one of the things that you do, and not that you've ever told me, but for some reason this is popping in the brain, scary thought in it, that you do have a lot of young ones that come around to you.
Yeah.
And talk to you.
A lot of young ones that come around. Yeah. Not counting the blood grandchildren. I've got about 30 adopted grandchildren. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I keep telling them I don't like kids. They're not buying it yet. But yeah, they don't believe me. I keep trying to tell them, but they don't believe me. But
adopt them all.
Yeah, I've got my kids, the kids they went to school with, their children call me grandma. My kids went to school, they call me mom. Even some of the couple of my two of the boys are divorced, and their ex-wives still call me mama.
Mm-hmm.
So, I said,
because you have that ability to make people feel okay to be themselves.
Well,
and the thing is, it's what you need to get to be able to do for yourself as well. Yeah. Let's
just say that my youngest son, I tried to get on his bicycle a little while back. And he said that I'm not allowed until they make seatbelts for it and bubble wrap.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's application my kids all of them.
How old is your son?
Yeah. That's bad.
How old is your son?
He is 31 now. And that's a baby. Yeah.
And he used to put bubble wrap around his mama still.
Oh, yep. Yep. That's bad now. That's bad. I couldn't even get on it and said, well, that's all right. Eventually you're going to have to go to work. So he took his bicycle and chained it to the porch.
Eric put in the chat room, funny man. He said the bubble wrap was for the bicycle.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
We're going to get you a bicycle,
yeah. And then I've got one of my grandsons that, all my grandkids are just so bad, but they all know that I do the cards and stuff like that, and so even the grandkids understand that.
Mm-hmm. There's a comment in the chat room from Mr. Pete Stevenson again. For all your shy,
Thank
nervous,
you. Go ahead.
again,
Go ahead.
for all your shy, nervous of being in the spotlight and talk down of what you have done, you're leaving one hell of a legacy, Cheryl. You and your hubby, 2 points for James. The ripples that you pair have done and continue to do are awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm proud of, I'm more comfortable talking about the things that we've accomplished together than so much of what the things I can do. Even though there are different things, I like the idea where, I hear you, Eric. I focus on the ones I get along with, the ones I can help. I'm not worried about what I can and can't do. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I know you.
Yeah, it does. And everything that you do, whether you think it's something that you guys do together or whether you think it's just something you do, he's there. He sees everything you do. He supports everything you do. So it is a together thing.
It is.
It's every time we talk, there's James.
Yep.
You have nothing to hide from him. And he's like, okay, yeah, there she goes. Okay, just plug in your things. I can listen to my TV show, my football, my Formula One racing, whatever. Just go do your thing, And that's like, an awesome show of support, which a lot of people don't have. And because you have that, because you had that upbringing, that your family was there, your mom was there, your sisters were there, and you had that connection, you had a moment, a blip in time where it wasn't so good, and then you found your knight in shining armor, and you was like, okay, yeah, let's go.
Yep.
You did. Now his head's going to swell because I called him your knight in shining armor.
Yep. I don't know if she heard you, but that's okay.
Say it again. Say it again.
You'll have to speak up.
I keep on telling her, open up, let it come out.
Okay, she's still can't hear her. You want him just to pull a chair closer?
No, I can't.
Grab you a chair and come closer.
I heard you said that.
It's going to be part of the conversation anyway, so.
I told her, just open up and let it come out. Let her do, everything that'll do.
Do what she does.
And she won't
It's
do it.
blessed to have you to allow that. Yeah, well, with your love and your help, she will, eventually. And with us over here poking and prodding, she will too. We're going to get out of her shell.
That's dependable.
That means you won't have any more peace and quiet because Jennifer will be around a lot more often, and I will, and there'll be other people around coming around bugging her. So, just enjoy the peace while you have it because it's not going to last long.
Jennifer around, I don't know. Me and Jennifer, we like it a lot.
Yeah. They were having, oh my gosh. They was giving me down the road yesterday.
The way I look at life, if you don't have laughter, after you live longer, that's one of my points.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let life and have, that's what I call life. You have life and have fun. You live longer and you have more friends. That's what I tell my kids. I said, y'all sit around, you make a mistake, I'll let you make a mistake. Then when you...
As long as you learn from it.
As long as you learn from it, come back to Daddy and Mama and you ask us to help, we'll always be there. Right or wrong.
Yep.
They want to help you.
As long as they learn from their mistake. Now, if they're going to keep doing it, they're on their own.
That's right. We'll help you once.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe twice. But once you make that mistake, and you learn from it.
Yeah, don't let them fool you. In this situation, Mama's the tough one.
The thing of it is,
Mama's the tough one.
Mm-hmm.
Like my baby boy.
Well, I don't know if you noticed. I don't know if you noticed in the chat room, but Scott Stevens said James. He wants to know when James is going to start doing hands-on healing because he can.
I saw that, but I didn't get a chance to tell him.
What?
Okay, go ahead and repeat that. He doesn't have his glasses on.
James, when are you going to start doing hands-on healing? Because you can. When people are not, then we just, okay. See, when people are not well, your hands focus, your hands vibrate, your hands feel. Don't they?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. This is where, Cheryl, this is where you can write his bio. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, let's put you on the spot a while, man. Yeah, where
He's like, I'm leaving now.
oh, yeah,
You found it.
No. Anything he sets his mind to, he can build. His hands, he's good at that. God, he's good at that. And all the years we've been together, he does have a temper. I calm it. But he's also the one that is the, guardian,
I agree with that.
the warrior. He's also the one that, yeah, he's going off in the shadows again.
Yeah.
He's also the one that, if something is bad said or something like that, he will be the first one to defend me. But he's also the one that, the boys will come to.
Mm.
So yeah, as far as, healing, it's not just his hands. It's more than just his hands.
Yeah.
But his hands is a big thing with
No,
him.
but that's where it starts. Yeah. But this is where Scott is saying. What Scott is telling you is that he can do it. And James, you're going to pay attention to that now. When somebody comes around you, or somebody's saying something's hurt, or you feel this energy in your hands that is just like vibrating is the best way you can put it. There's a little test that my Reiki master showed me, and I was like, oh, okay, it worked. I showed it to you one day. But you'll feel this energy between your hands. And that's just the energy that's out there. And you can and will, I'm pretty sure will, use it to help. You know? Like, when Cheryl's back is bothering her, when her shoulders are bothering her, you put your hands on her and rub her shoulders, right?
He does. He does.
And it's not just a husband and wife thing, because not all husbands do that or wives do that for their husbands. But it's an instant thing. When the kids were sick, as much as they wanted mama, Daddy was there and he did his. Night, Eric.
Night, Eric.
Talk to you next.
Yeah, he does do
the
that.
kids you would make the kids do. Yeah. So this is what Scott's saying. So it's not just a healing. You are a healer, and in my books, everybody is a healer. Who, whether you're giving messages, whether you're doing physical healing, whether you're doing, whatever the case is, you're a healer. You just have to admit to that. It's just what section of the healing, the spectrum are you at? God just gave you an open door, and
Are you?
Thank you.
something for you to try out.
Yeah, because I'm bad about getting migraines, and I've got bad bones, and I've had quite a few surgeries. Won't go into how many. But I'm still walking on my own, which is a good thing.
I'm glad too. I don't want to carry her.
You couldn't carry me, break your back. Anyway, so when it gets to hurting real bad, he does rub my back and my shoulders and my neck for me. So
certain ways.
Yep. So he does do that. I have to give him that. He does do that.
Yeah, it does.
Yep. You do. We make a good pair when I don't want to kill him.
You guys kill me every once.
I said that to somebody today. There you go. I said that to somebody today. I said my husband is still alive, and I haven't tried to kill him yet. And they thought I was serious. I went, no. After 30 years, you're allowed to want to kill, your other half.
You're allowed to
at least
entertain
one.
thought. Yes, you're allowed to entertain thought.
Sure,
I even got a place out here next to the sewer for him.
Here you go. I got a big empty lot in my backyard. I mean, sorry, did I say that out loud?
No, get your thing. Get your thing.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, we're not recording this stuff. I have to check it. Surely, where's
Get your thing. Get your thing. Yep, just like that. There's not going to be a new spot next to my septic tank before long.
I've seen it.
Scott in the chat room says he's continuing this one. James, just ask God or the universe or whatever you want to call your higher power, to use you as a conduit. Put your hands on folks and just let the energy flow. Energy healing, no matter what you call it. You know, we are just you are just a conduit. You are just a telephone, whether you're a medium or psychic or healer, whatever. This physical body is just what helps to direct the message, the healing, whatever. And like Scott said, just ask your universe, your big kahuna, you know, to help you to focus on what you need. Yes, there are trainings you can go out there and do.
No, my sign is a bear. It is. It's a bear.
You're having fun.
Playing with you.
Yes, he is.
We do this all the time. We did it for 30 years now.
I still got that spot next to the septic tank. Anyway.
You ain't. I see him in the
Bring you a chair up here.
Right.
Well, pull some up here. If you flip this chair, I will get up and I will bite you.
Okay, I'm sitting.
Okay, that works. Oh, but yeah, he does do that. So yeah, as far as the healing, yeah, I totally agree with. Because there's times that
my hand gets hot once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
It do.
Oh, I know mine say ice cold, so it don't matter. He says I don't have any circulation in my hands or feet.
My mother
Excuse me.
our turkey. And when she grew up, when I was growing up, well, it used to have this old house down there. Look at missions. Something's going to happen. Somebody's coming.
But the chat room says when your hand starts to feel hot, it's because there's somebody There's somebody that's near you who needs the healing. And if there isn't anyone out there next to you that needs it, then it's you who needs it. So you put your hands on your knees or on your lower back or on your head. Maybe it'll break your wings. Exactly. You know. And if you're focusing on somebody that you know, it's like a prayer. You know, it's like a prayer. You put it out there. Just because somebody doesn't want it doesn't mean it doesn't go to where it's needed. You know, might be the person next door, you know.
Exactly. Because you've got a lot of people that it doesn't matter what you tell them or if you show them the actual proof, they will still make fun of you or they will put you down. Just because they're otherwise afraid to believe or it makes them feel bigger and better. And that's when I have a problem with bullies. Yeah, thank you, Scott. Bullies. And I'm one of those that, and I've got myself in trouble a few times. James has kind of got on to me a few times. We'll be out somewhere. And we'll be standing in a line where a cashier, like you was talking about that one day. And you'll have these nasty people standing there fussing at a cashier about something that's not there in their control. And these customers are just getting nasty. Well, I'm one of those that I can't help it. I'll open my big mouth and stick my foot in it all the way up to my hip bone. And, I do.
There you go.
And, and I can't help it. I can't. But there's no call for it. I mean, now if the cashier is being nasty, just because they're a hateful person, step back and see why they're being ill. Maybe they just got their butt rammed by the customer before. Because if they're going to be that hateful, they're not going to keep that job long to begin with.
Nope.
But for a customer, just because a customer is always right, no offense, hell no, customers are not always right. I don't care who you are. They're not always right. Some of them are just a pain in the hiney.
Nobody is always right.
Exactly. And I like I said, I will open my mouth, stick my foot in all the way to my hip bone, and I'll look and I'll say, really? Don't you have something better to do with your time than being a total jackass? Mm. And they'll look at me and say, excuse me. I said, does it look like that she can help it? Well, that's her job. I said, excuse me, that's not her job to sit here and listen to you be whining. If you can't do any better, move along. And, it's
very true.
Because it's not right. And some people, just because they think they can get away with being a bully doesn't mean it's right.
Nope.
And
but also what's as bad, if not worse than a bully, is somebody who stands by and watches, and you don't do that. You jump in. Like you said, you jump in with both feet. And it takes what's necessary, and you're not afraid, you're not afraid to step up to the plate and, call somebody to the mat and say, hello, can we have a moment here, or whatever the case may be. Yeah. And I'm sure that you assess each situation differently. You don't go by the book and say, okay, this is the way I'm going to do everybody. Sometimes somebody to make them calm down, it's easier to make them laugh. Other times it's like, just sort of like, cause when they're in that daze, when they're in that stare, it's, you sort of just gotta snap something and they be like, ooh, So this is what a lot of people don't do. There are the bullies out there, I've seen them, been there, done that. I don't think I was ever bullied myself, but,
I know
somebody may have thought, it's just, the thing is, somebody may have thought you were. Somebody may have thought I was. But you know what? If you don't go back and make a difference to it,
Yeah.
If somebody says, okay, I was a bully when I was a teenager. Because I remember somebody who moved up close to my village and said to me, they said they never wanted to come into the store that I worked at because when I was a teenager, I used to beat the shit out of the poor boy. And now he still doesn't want to see me. I said, hello, I'm like 30-something right now, 40 years old. Why are you not, that was then, this is now. I said, yeah, it must have been a bit, mind you, probably only beat the hell out of boys,
No.
Like, boys, beat them up. They love you.
Yeah. Well, I can also say I wasn't a bully growing up. And the biggest reason why, and I don't know how we survived it, my father spent 30 years in the military, in the Navy, and spent another 10 years teaching. Mm-hmm. And so his key phrase was, if you start a fight, I'm going to whoop your hind end. Well, that's not how he put it, but you got the idea. He says, but if you get in a fight and you get your butt whooped, you're going to come home and you're going to get it whooped again. Thinking, okay. Mom goes, oh, and don't forget, do it like a lady. So we didn't bully. I know, we didn't bully because we knew if we started to fight, our dad was waiting for us at home. But if we didn't, if somebody bullied us, we would get in trouble because Dad didn't want to raise bullies, but he didn't want to raise people that wouldn't take up for themselves either. And so we kind of towed that fine line,
but I'm supposed to have finish.
And so we were, actually getting a fight with somebody. We'd have to say, oh, I really hate to do this to you, but guess what? I'm not going home and getting my butt whooped twice. That's it. I'm not going to do it twice. You start a fight, I will finish it. Because get my ass whooped here, get my ass whooped at home, and not happening. So, yeah. But no, we weren't bullies, but and that's probably what started being able to open my mouth and, like you said, stick both feet in. And I raised my kids to be that way too. Because I won't put up with a bully. I can't stand them. And like you said, there's some people who have to take each situation differently. Because somebody might be there that they're being cranky because maybe they might have just lost a loved one and they're in pain. So they're not trying to so much be hateful. It's just that's how their pain's coming out.
Yeah.
And then you got others that are
Hi,
just,
Brian. You're calling my lovey.
bye, Brian. Am I boring everybody that bad? Oh my God, I am so sorry.
No, his wife is getting up. He's in Australia. It's just waking up time. She has to go fix Pauline her coffee and get her slippers and get her all snugly warm. Bye, bye.
Nice night, Brian. It's the old folks. I hate to break you. I'm one of the old folks. Anyway,
Those what?
and James, he's a lot older than I am, so, and he's still awake, so we're good. That's right. Anyway, but yeah, but I've learned over the years that if okay, how do I explain this to make sense? At least where I feel like I'm making sense. When you walk into a room, you can automatically feel whether it's tension in the room, whether it's relaxed air, or whether it's almost like tears. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And
Called being an empath.
okay. And the same way around being each person, you know if it's not so much the body language, it's almost like a aura they're putting off around themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably my youngest one coming in. Nope.
That's okay.
Thank you. Getting on that. My oldest son, his wife's going to feed the hamburger and chips up. Nice. They knew I was going to be busy this evening. Oh, don't put me on. Anyway. Anyway. Okay. Food. He'll be back. So, I mean, that's something that I've learned over time. It's not just, it's something that I started understanding more. Did you have a long day, darling?
Oh no, I always do this. I don't know. Don't ask me why, but during the show, I'm always yawning. As soon as the show's over, I stop yawning. Mind you, I just stuff my face, but you know.
Oh yeah. Well, if you want to stuff your face now, you go right ahead.
Hey, Ruby, thanks. Welcome back. Oh no, I need on camera.
Yeah, strange having a show doing food. Yeah, no, I fixed grilled cheese earlier, and that was about it. My stomach was too tense up to do much anything else. Oh no. You got ketchup over there.
Yeah,
Don't have it.
What Scott's saying is at every other show, you had to go feed James, and he would be like, I'll be back in a few minutes. Gotta go fix the steaks, the big burgers, or whatever the case may be. Yeah. This time, you ain't going anywhere. They gotta be bringing it to you. So
That's right. That's right, which I thought was pretty nice. I told them that I'd be doing this evening. So they fixed dinner and sent it up to us. That was nice of them.
Oh,
yeah. That was sweet. But, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So when you get drawn to somebody to do a reading, what is it that does the feeling that you get, you know, not people who come to you and say, hi, I'd like some, you know, focus on this. Do you get, do you get a vibration that, you know, okay, this is, I need, you know, somebody needs a little help, a little guidance, a little whatever. And just a quick one in the chat room, I have a feeling I'm a smack reporter. Scott Stevens said, darling, sometimes the yawning is that because you're battery. Sometimes the yawning thing is because you're a battery. Giving energy to the show, you need to plug into the universe and be a conduit and stop using your own energy like a healer should. Okay, because then I can do that for those and people.
Exactly. Yeah. You need to listen.
But you know, I do. I don't have to listen to Scott. I do.
That one don't matter.
I know where.
When I feel like I'm drawn, okay.
So is there something that's specific?
I don't know. It's like I'm not gonna say so much a tingling. It's like I'm drawn to a name or a person. Does that make sense? It's like I can have a list of 10 names, but that one name is what pinpoints it. That's just that one name.
Mm-hmm.
And it's usually someone that's, well, example, where I did some of the live feeds, I had a lot of people, and some of those people scroll fast now. Oh, I love the little doggy.
Oh.
Some of these people scroll fast. And I'm trying to get, and then there's a couple that bounce out. And I noticed that some of the ones that bounced out were the ones that really, really, really needed to talk or to hear something. One of them was, she was suffering really bad from depression. And I had her PM me later, so because there were some things we need to discuss, I didn't want to do it in a group. But some things are too personal to talk in a whole board. And it's just, I don't know, it's like I feel like a tug towards a person or a name. It's hard to explain. Cause I mean, if I'm not drawn,
you said it's a tug towards.
It's like that, it just stands out to me. I'm glad somebody understands that I'm still trying to learn this myself. And it's just, if I know I hit on the right name, then it's just like information just starts flowing. Impressions just start flowing. If it's just something that's saying, hey, okay, this is what I think you need to do, and then it's cut off, then it's done. A lot of them might not like that, but if it's done, it's done. But if you've got some that it's got the information still going and going and going, then to cut it off, it does bother my stomach. It really does. Overlook. Yeah, he's eating now. But it really does. And I've been sometimes speaking with several of them, and it's a tug. It's like emotionally drawn to the person, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, it does. And so
I don't
Michelle
know.
says that's being a medium. Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything about being a medium. I'm not saying I'm anything. I'm just saying that's what I feel.
Okay. Well, I had a very dear friend call me to the mat because that's what I said. I didn't say I for lack of better words, I said spirit doesn't connect to me. But what my friend pointed out is that spirit does connect. Spirit connects different ways to everybody. I just the way I wanted it in my head for her to connect, or him or her to connect, wasn't the way that they were, like I wanted to hear bells and whistles and voices, but that's not the way I do it. I hear it in other ways. And she said to me, Mama Day, darling, you are a medium, and you have to admit it because it's just passing on, a message. It's a word, Yes, I get it. I'm a medium. One maybe, but I don't say I'm a medium. I like the idea that I'm a healer, Like I said, I'm a Reiki, okay, that's your dog in the camera. I'm just like, what the heck, another dog. I'm a Reiki master, so I know I can do the healing. I was trained to do that. But I also know that I did it before. I know that when I give messages that it makes people feel better. So it's healing, But everybody is different. Some people can like to have that title, and some people put so many titles on. I can remember a friend was doing a show one time, and the list of names that the person who put on the show gave to this one person was like, the list was like this long. I was like, and they were like, I'm like, what was that? That's just publicity. You know, we are all in some respects, and what we all do in some respects is we are healers, we are mediums, we are psychics, but to different levels for each person. Now, what you do, nobody else can do. What I do, nobody else can do. And somebody who, and I fell into this trap, but anybody ever tells you that, you know, you're not doing it the right way, like, I'm doing it my way. Eric Gordon, who is not in this chat room, his grandmother used to say to him, there is no wrong way to connect to spirit, there's only different ways to connect to spirit. And very, very smart lady. Never got to meet her, but we got to meet her grandson, so he's okay.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know of anybody else's way because I've had to learn on my own. And I don't really get, let's see, Scott has you could do with learning to stand to your feet and say to your guides what you want and need to. You have family, work, life, etc., and you can give lots and lots of powerful readings and healings all the time. Oh, believe me, I am Cheryl. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
even when I do the readings, when I don't,
I'm going to read it out loud for those.
I am
For those
always.
people who only get to hear it, I'm going to read the question out loud. Scott Stevenson in the chat room says, Cheryl, you could do with learning to stand to your feet and say to your guides what you want and need to. You have family, work, life, etc. You can't give lots and lots of powerful readings and healings all the time. You are allowed to be Cheryl also. They will keep coming and coming and coming. But no matter what we do 24/7, there will still be more to do. Set your guidelines now.
Yeah, I started doing
Stick
it.
by them. Because I've got lots of guidelines. Don't stick to them. So you got to kind of stick to them.
Some of them, few of them just contact me just to say hi, which I have no problem with. There's some that had to be a serial stalker that kept asking the same questions, so I finally just kind of deleted them completely off. Yeah, you know, and it's hard to explain that your ex-girlfriend, because she's married, is not coming back, but that's beside the point. Anyway, yeah.
I know some people have interesting questions, and I think, and it's funny because I think that when a person has a question, you know, if they're really honest with themselves in many respects, you know, like, will my ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend come back? Am I going to get this new job? I got to move. There are simple steps to, first off, most people know the answer, or at least half the answer. You know, if you want a connection with a certain person on the other side, you know, then yes, you can, you know, you have the use of a medium because not everybody can get the information. You know, they may be a bird tweeting in the woods, your, you know, great aunt or great uncle or whatever, and not everybody can understand that. So, you know, seeing a medium can help you in some respects.
Some don't appreciate
if anybody has a question,
when they ask, am I going to get the job? They don't appreciate the answer given, well, if you go out and put the application in first, you might get it. They don't appreciate that answer sometimes. Will I get my girlfriend or boyfriend back? They don't appreciate the answer. Well, if you wasn't such a butthead to begin with, they wouldn't become your ex-girlfriend or boyfriend. Sorry. Some of them don't appreciate that answer. But a lot of times that's the only answer there is. Now, some are really sorry about some things that's going on. But like you said, you can't always give people the answer they want. And like Scott said, people do have a life. And like I said, my front door is a revolving door. There's no sense even having a lock on it anymore because I've got kids and grandkids that come in all, you know, they know when we go to bed, so unless it's an emergency, they don't. But any other time, they're in and out the door constantly. And some of the people that it wasn't the cards, it was impressions from loved ones. They got to understand that they might want to know a question or something, but that may not be the impression or the answer that the loved one's trying to give them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Because it's not always, yes, because it's not always what we want to know or learn. Spirit will give you what they think that you need, not what you want. You know, my husband has this saying, you're old enough for your wants, not to hurt. Okay?
There you go.
And I think that works. You know, I want a new job. Am I going to get it? You're going to get it if you do the work that's necessary. Spirit cannot hand you everything. They can show you the path.
Exactly.
Family that have crossed over cannot tell you, I got $100,000 buried in the backyard.
Exactly.
They're going to say, there's money buried somewhere.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to go dig up the whole damn community. But you sit down and you think of, you know, the wheres, the whens, and there's always clues to everything. Now, just quickly, for anybody in the chat room, basically, Ruby, my darling, you are very new with us. If you have a question, you can type it into the chat room. Put it in capitals so that I can see it because I'm old and curmudgeonly and hey Dan, and I won't wear my glasses, you know, because see your reflection, blah 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 blah. So just type it in capitals, or there's a little button on the side that you can put your hand up, and you can put your hand up and I'll unmic you.
I have to wear my glasses.
I can't.
I my own butt without them.
Don't go in there. Not going there. Mm-mm.
Don't.
So yeah. So if anybody has any questions in the chat room, pop it into capitals. Darlene is not vain. Darlene is just stubborn. There's times I like to go without my glasses. Yeah.
Okay, I have to play with my computer every now and then because it has that screen that after it sleeps after a certain time, my little bubbles come up. Yeah.
That's okay. We're not going anywhere.
Okay,
well, we will eventually.
Yeah, well, like Jennifer and I was talking yesterday about different things, and I was explaining to her, I just get impressions that validate or just, I mean, a lot of these impressions I get don't make a bit of sense to me. None whatsoever. It might to the other person, but they don't mean anything to me. And so,
exactly.
I mean, I'm sitting here trying to figure out how all this stuff is supposed to go together. And some of the stuff is just, I've sit there and rolled because a lot of it, I have no idea how I went together. The person I was talking to understood, but I didn't. And
because it's like I said, look, the word, and I like that word. I think I'm going to try and remember it. I think I'll have it tattooed on my hand. The word is conduit.
Yes.
We don't have to, the hose doesn't know that it's got, you know, whether it's water or oil or gas running through it. It just knows it has something running through it. We don't understand everything that comes through us, but it has to be there. And, you know, sometimes it's difficult for our brains to go, I'm going to say that to this person. It just does not words that come out of my mouth. But,
I've done that a few times.
Your sitter, the person asking you the question, knew that Aunt Jane would call you a flippity jibbity jab or whatever, you know, something specific that you're just like, I have no idea why that. And if you don't say that, then that's holding back something that's a confirmation for them. So, you know.
I think the weirdest one I ever got was confirmation was, I was talking to a woman a little while back, and her husband passed away, 3 years ago? And, you know, I was telling her impressions I got, and she said, yeah. I said, and by the way, he's talking about where y'all got intimate 3 days before he passed away. She looked at me, she started crying. I said, that I didn't need to know. That I did not need to know.
A comment in the chat room. some silly comment about your yellow jug could be the ultimate piece of proof for the afterlife sitter was waiting for.
Okay, what yellow jug? Me or Darlene?
No. What Scott's saying is that when you're giving somebody a reading, you might hear something about a yellow jug and it doesn't make sense to you, but that might be exactly what the sitter is waiting for.
Okay, I figured it
The
was
yellow
something else.
jug.
We drove out this toy box. Sorry. Yeah, because there's been a lot of things that, well, like me and Jennifer was talking
I had to
yesterday.
translate Scottish to me.
Yeah, and a lot of it doesn't make sense to me, but as long as it does to the other person, that's all that matters. And it's, some of it's not too bad. Some of it's been funny. Some of it's been not so funny. Some of it's been kind of hard.
Tell me the one, the thing that sticks with you the most that just was the hardest to date.
The hardest to date. Oh God,
That when you were in that moment, it was like, oh God, no. But now that you've had the time to sit back and reflect, it's like, okay, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. It's still not so great, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
Okay, well that wouldn't be that one because that one was pretty rough.
So then what is it? If you don't mind sharing, what is it?
Okay, because I don't have to give names, so it doesn't go any further.
Well,
A
you can
woman.
use James's name and everybody.
Okay, yeah, well, I had done a reading for someone who was asking about a family member that had gone missing.
Mm-hmm.
And the family member
Mm-hmm.
had been in a bad relationship and had gone back to it.
Okay.
And that's what I could get. I'm not going to give the details because that's not right. That's not fair to anybody. I don't do that. I said, well, you need to hurry up and find this person because they're right back in the position they were in. And they wanted to know
Mm-hmm.
because, law enforcement stuff had got involved. And I said, if you don't hurry up, you may not. Well, I found out, what was it, yesterday, day before, they found the body. So yeah, that was one of the roughest ones for me.
Well, the
And
thing is with that is that you tried, things don't always fall into place for you to be able to help them find what they need or for them to get what they need. But the point was connecting with you made the difference to them. They got to vocalize what they were thinking and you in the end did give her some confirmation, her or him, confirmation, and it was a connection that for some reason you both needed.
yeah.
I truly believe that everybody is brought together for a reason. We're not going to always understand the reason, unlike my knowing the reason for you, because you had to go on my show. It's all about me.
It's fun.
There's always a reason. So that person had to get a hold of you to talk to you because maybe you were just that smile, that
Yeah.
breath of fresh air that they needed. Not saying it's gonna, it was gonna change the outcome
Yeah.
unless everything fell into place the way it was supposed to. But maybe you were the outcome.
Yeah. Well, I did try to get my idea where to look for the spouse that did it. So they've got law enforcement
Mm-hmm.
looking for them now. But, that's one of the worst ones I've had so far. I've had some that are, are funny, some not so much, some that are, I think was really strange was, and like I explained to them, the sexual orientation, I don't care. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Because to me it doesn't matter. Like I told them, the heart's going to love who it's going to love. And so I kind of said, well, can I ask you a personal question? And they're going, yeah, I've been waiting for you to. I said, well, are you? And they're going, yeah. I said, okay. Are you mad at me? They're going, are you mad at me? I'm going, No, why should I?
Why?
And it's more like, they're asking, and I guess that bothers me because if that you have to let somebody's opinion be on instead of who you are inside and not what you look like or anything like that, then we've pretty much lost half our way in life.
Mm-hmm. All right. Non-judgmental.
Thank you.
True. Very true. Because people, for whatever reason, I have my own views on that one. I think that people judge other people because it makes them feel better. Whether they do it, whether I say, yeah, Cheryl got a little, or I think it's my choice to think it. But, it's me judging somebody else on, something I have no idea of.
Yeah.
Judging somebody because of their face, their sexual orientation, their skin color, whether or not they wear a kilt, you can't hold it against them because it's not, just some people look good in legs. Some ladies' legs look really nice in the kilt.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, tell them deep end.
Yeah, I've seen some guys
But,
look better than women, so yeah. Yeah.
Nice video I can share.
Yeah, send me it.
And
Anyway.
I swear it's not thought. But and again, the connection you made with that person who, when you said, you mind if I ask, and they said I was waiting, and then they asked, are you mad at me? They've had too many people who made a difference to. It shows you, well, they don't, I can't be friends with him or her because they'll make a pass at me. Hello, they haven't made a pass to you so far just because you just found out this person is gay or lesbian or whatever. You think it doesn't work that way. You butt ugly before, you butt ugly now.
Yeah, there you go. Because somebody once asked me a while back, said, are you going to hold it against me because I'm gay? And I looked at them and said, well, you're going to hold it against me because I'm married to a man. And they're going, no. I said, okay.
Well, that's
then
when you
what's
sit
the
there and
damn
go, well,
difference?
I'm gay. That's when you sit there and go, well, I'm gay too. I like men.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of people do judge by, they don't look at what is face value. And they should. Because, I mean,
There's a lot of shoulds out there nowadays.
Do what?
There's a lot of shoulds out there nowadays. Whether we're from Canada, the U.S., the U.K., New Zealand, Australia, wherever the heck we are on this gorgeous, I'm going to Earth people, flat Earth planet, no kidding. If you can't figure out a way to get along, didn't your mother always tell you can't go have a nice thing to say, shut your mouth? But my mother probably says it a lot nicer than that, and some other mothers, but don't say when you have nothing to say. I don't have, saying more people couldn't be like that, try to judge less and be nice, yeah.
No, I never
it's
said
a
I
thing
was
where...
nice. I just said I didn't judge.
No, you said you never... No, you said you never said you were good.
Okay,
You're nice.
that too.
You're nice. There you go. You nice. You can be a nice beep, and you can be... but, there's so much judgment going on out there. There's so much anger and hate and fear. And fear. I think that's my biggest... somebody once said, if you could eliminate anything in this world, what would you eliminate? And I would eliminate fear. But then somebody said to me, well, if you eliminate fear and there comes up to you good, you should be afraid. And then I'm like,
we got old doggies. Okay, fear, but mine is the bigotry. All right, Court. Here's my cranky 13-year-old.
Aww.
Yeah. Yeah,
kind of looks like that. It's a little white around the edges.
Yeah, he's going grayer quicker than I am. Yeah, he's going to be nice. Anyway.
But yeah, no, people have to, it's a hard thing for people to get past, you know, whether you're, like I said, skin color, religious beliefs. I could care less what color people's skin is, because underneath is what we all bleed red. And that's all that counts. I don't care what your skin color is, what your religious belief is.
Exactly.
You know, what you have in your brain is what's more important. Up here and up here is more important to me than anything else everywhere else going on, you know. So long as you use your brain that the universe decided to grace you with, and whether you use it for good, for bad, then it's, you know, your choice, because we do have free will.
That is true. And the thing is, if a lot of people would stop and think, and just take a moment to think before reacting, or assuming they already know all the answers to a situation, or they already know exactly how a person is. Stop, watch, pay attention to how the person is, what the person says, how the person reacts to others. And a lot of that will tell you what's going on too. Yeah. And a lot of people don't do that anymore. Exactly.
Yeah. Scott says, sitting in a church doesn't make you a Christian, just as standing in a garage doesn't make you a car. I know how to treat it. It's how you treat others that's important. Well, I'm not going to go there. And Diane in the chat room says, the ones that judge you look in their own mirror to see what they're judging themselves for. That's my girl, AJ.
Exactly.
And one word that you used there, that my children, way back in the day, their teacher taught them how to spell a word, and it was for a spelling thing, and I think it's something that a lot of people should understand. The word assume.
Yeah.
This is how it looks when you write it out.
Exactly.
You remember the spelling. Makes an ass out of you and me.
Exactly.
And I never heard that before. And it's so true. When you assume something, you're making an ass out of yourself as a person. You know, don't assume. Ask questions. And you know how you said you don't want people to ask stupid questions? As far as I'm concerned, the only question, the stupid question is the question that you don't ask. You know, even if it's like, hello, should I dye my hair, you know, red or brown? Hello, red. We're just gorgeous hot gingers and we feel sold. You know?
As long as you're looking for an honest answer, there's no stupid question. And that's what I taught all my kids. If you want an honest answer, like I said,
don't worry about public. We have to be on the air too.
But
they would be like little piranhas around your kid.
Oh, they are. They are. I think my tallest one is like this, about 10 pounds. And most of them, they're my water system. And but
you know, we have to. I'm gonna go on a bit of a. I don't watch the news much, but lately with the school shooting in Florida, that was like, it's been up there, and it's making a change, and what it's taking to make those changes are the children of our world.
Yeah.
And the children will make the changes that are necessary. It's just up to the grown-ups to be smart enough and sit and listen, because they have such brilliance, such intelligence. We raised our children to be independent. You raised your children to be independent. So it's time for people to start listening to them.
Yeah,
you know,
I agree.
Do we have to agree with everything? No, you don't have to agree with everything they say, but you have to listen to them, because there is so much wisdom and so much knowledge in these brains, in these bodies. They speak so much, they know so much, you know. So, you know, the idea of a gun-free world is like, yeah, I agree, you know. But it can't be totally gun-free because, you know, that's army, da 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 da. But, you know, there's steps to it, and
exactly.
And will it ever be totally, you know, free from the violence that the kids are facing? No, because, you know, the people who want to buy the guns illegal or get the guns illegally will still manage to do that, you know.
That's true.
That's
you know, true.
But people
just don't make it so easy for them to get guns legally anyway. I mean, don't make it so easy that
that's just it. Yeah. But that's the thing. If somebody really wants to get one, they will get one. But if we can do with the eliminating of the ease of which and stop being so afraid of, you know, who's behind who and paying who and doing this. These kids are an amazing group of kids. And that would be a group of kids I would love. I just saw them on the TV for a Sunday morning show. That's a group of kids that have such, you know, that I'm looking forward to seeing them run this world. Okay, mind you, I'll probably be up there.
No. No, you're fine. Because, like I say, it's not the gun that kills the person. It's the person behind the gun that does it. But if they don't have a stricter, they don't have a harder way of getting people from getting those guns, especially the ones that are going off doing this, have it stricter, harder to get the guns, legally or otherwise. Make it harder.
I think Scott. I think Walmart. I'm not sure if Walmart sells guns. I honestly don't think so, because not in our Walmart up here in Canada, and in Ontario it's the same thing, not there. Okay, but they're not. They're selling hunting, right?
Yeah, hunting guns.
Hunting rifles. They're not selling the big ass. You know. Yeah.
Hunting guns.
It's not a pistol. It's not. You know. It's not the multi-shooting. You know. But you know, as much as and I'm not gonna use the child's name, but as much as the child that did the shooting, there was many times he screamed out for help.
Yeah.
And
no one takes time to
this is gonna make me very unloved. This is gonna make me very unliked in a lot of sections of town. But nobody paid attention to him, and he needed the attention. He needed something, and nobody in his life paid him no mind. They said he was flagged by Child Protective Services, by the local law enforcement, and different things, and nobody picked up on it. Damn, people, wake those people that are in charge of shit. Pay attention.
Yeah,
stop dropping the ball.
That's the difference between putting them someplace where they're gonna get fed and putting them someplace that have somebody actually listen to them. That's two different things. I mean, because my kids, I could have just fed my kids growing up and not worry about actually listening to them. That's two totally different things. And I totally agree with you. I do. If somebody had actually stopped and listened to him, he would not have had all this buried to the point that he felt like he had to strike out.
Yeah. Exactly, because it just takes one straw to break the camel's back.
And you notice with a lot of the killings where they've had the colleges and stuff, it was the same case scenario. It was someone that no one talked to, no one took the time to really get to know the person. And that's where a lot of these are happening. So yeah, I agree. I agree.
Diane in the chat room, who's also from Australia. Good morning, Diane. She says in Australia they're not allowed to own a gun unless they have a license and have a very good reason, like living in the bush to kill wild kangaroos and boars. And and they don't sell them in the grocery store. I'm sorry, I'm not eating Skippy. I tried wild boar, kind of gamey, but okay, I tried it. Scott Stevenson in the chat room said, but it's part of the brainwashing of kids. Kids see them when they go for diapers, etc. But if they get one, they should go to a gun shop, get a license, jump through the hoops, but separate from buying milk and cookies.
Exactly. Exactly.
I understand what you're saying. I do. I like I said, I don't see the Walmarts here selling them. What I do see is Canadian Tire, but it has its hunting section. It is focused on hunters and cars and all that stuff that goes on there. So but yeah, I agree that they should have to jump through the damn hoops, do their get their gun, do their courses and everything. But even then, if somebody could jump through all those hoops and find, and only in the first place want to go hunting for wild boar and crazy roos, but somebody else is not listening. They're not thinking of, the Biden's gun and then blow somebody's head off, but somebody somehow, somewhere didn't catch something. Yeah, it would be a risk reduction. I get that. But, it's the powers that be and the head offices and not just in the U.S. in our country, in Canada as well. The people need to listen. People need to stop being afraid of, well, I won't get this money from so-and-so and this is, you know what?
Exactly.
Money does make the world go round, but it's not the all and the end all. So, but anyway, that's my opinion on
money's nice to
behaving
have,
like this.
but if it gets to the point, as long as, to me, me and James have enough to meet our bills and stuff, but we're not so worried that we're going to make ourselves or others miserable over it. Because then you miss out on the better things in life, which not necessarily about money. I mean, spending time with loved ones, spending time with friends. Money is not going to buy you being able to sit there and watch your grandkids play out in the yard and watch them grow. There you go. So I mean, yeah. So I mean, but I mean, it's just it's just the money.
Yeah.
It just
money makes it easier for those who have money. If you're a cranky old curmudgeon and you fall into money, you're still going to be a cranky old curmudgeon with money.
Oh yeah, Lord, yeah.
But if you are a giving person with no money and you give of your time and of what you have, even if you don't have, you got $2, you give $1 to somebody to get a coffee, it counts. So whether you fall into that big money, I bet you that person who still has the kind heart before it still has the kind heart after. It's the other stuff that comes out of the woodwork when Scott in the chat room said Diane said the powers that be need to stand and stop killing off the people. And I said the powers that be need to grow a pair and listen.
There you go.
That was my response to yours. Scott Stevenson, there's also a whole culture of popularity and good things happening from being the best or the prettiest or the brightest, that's all you, Scott, in the right sorority or gang, so the ones that don't fit in get excluded. Those seem to be the shooters who want to be famous or noticed.
To a point, but not always.
Yeah.
Not always. You do have the ones that feel like they have nothing left to lose, that no one wants to listen to them anyway. Why bother anymore?
Well, I think what Scott's saying is the ones that are in the cliques, are the pretty people, they're not the ones that you see getting the guns and shooting and terrorizing and what have you. It's the ones that are alone. It's the ones that are being left to the side. I saw an awesome program, another one of the news programs that was on my house. There's this, school somewhere in the States that the popular football kids, okay. It's like this football team is like they're really popular and everybody's really, and one kid one day, one of the star quarterback was watching a bunch of other kids bully this new kid.
Mm-hmm.
And the quarterback went over to the new kid and said, "Hey, let's go have lunch together." And what he started was a buddy system that the popular, the schools with the in the crowd.
That's good.
Pair up with the new kids. Gives them the orientation of the place, gives them somebody to look up to, somebody to talk to. And it may not be the first person you talk to, it might be the fifth person you talk to, but I think that's totally awesome that is, again, it's the kids doing it. It wasn't a school choice to do it. It was the kids who brought it to the school. So, this football team said, "Hey, we see this where kids need mentoring. They're not doing it because, and most of those kids, most of those football players know what it's like. They've seen it. They may not have lived it, but they've seen it.
Yeah.
So for them to step up and say, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna go have lunch with little so and so," and that one lunch, it's like that one smile might make that big change for this. That one kid that did it teaches them empathy. That one kid who started it, we'll say little brother, but it's not the little brother. The kid that he had lunch with for a year, and so, they did things together. When he went into his, went up to the next couple of levels and he became, a football player, he continued what, the legacy that he learned from being, picked on in the first couple of weeks of school and then this jumbo football player game, it's the kids.
Yeah.
And if the government and the powers that be and those people up there cannot stop, shut their pie holes and pay attention, how the hell are they going to notice that these kids have so much to give?
A lot of them are so busy in the politics are so busy in their own drama that they can't see outside themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't see what's going on with the children.
Yeah.
And that's sad, actually. Yeah. Money, the drama.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times that's what it boils down to. Money, standing, and when you start getting involved in that, you don't see what's going down below you or what's going down in the hierarchy. And a lot of them don't care. And that's the sad part.
Looking up and trying to catch up. Yep. You are too busy looking up and trying to get higher and higher instead of seeing, who you're working with, who you're coming past, working with, and say thank you. Yes. As it always goes, I'm sorry, hang on one second, Cheryl. As it always goes with this show, the first show that I have you on is we just kind of talk about everything, get you comfortable. You are very comfortable. You are flowing with this. So the next time you come back, I am going to have a free reading show. Okay. And you will come back on, not giving you a choice. You will come back on and you will be able to do readings and as Scott says, we're nice to you at first, and then we just can't. Then you take
all right, I'm used to people being, I've got this thing goes in one ear and out the other, so we're good.
So next time you're fair game. So yes, next time we can ask and also be prepared that when you do come on to do readings, I'm sure that there'll be people in the chat room who will also be wanting to give you readings as well. That's one thing about this thing. It's a give and take. It's not just all, okay, everybody, Cheryl's going to do readings, sit there and ask you questions. There'll be people in the chat room who will have something to say, I'm quite sure. And the ones that are here, the ones that are not here. So we're gonna wrap this up. Okay. We're going to, where's my mouse?
I have had a
I'm
blast.
going to finally, I'm glad.
I've had a blast. And I don't even have to worry about buying Dawn to get rid of the tar and feathers, so we're good.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Ruby, I want to thank you very much for coming. I swear, the next, we're going to do this. Not next week. I don't have a show because it's Easter, so I want to give everybody a nice little break. And I will be around. If you need me, you know where to find me.
Yep.
In a couple of weeks, I have a very awesome lady, Jacqueline Mitchell. If you are on Facebook and you are following me, Spirit Whispers, check her out. She is freaking awesome. She will be with us in 2 weeks. So everybody be here and have a grand time. Cheryl, I love you. I'm so glad that I bumped into you on Pal Talk. James, thank you, honey. You did an awesome bio. Tell your sister I said thanks as well. And without James, y'all realize that this wouldn't have been possible because she wouldn't have said yes, but James was like, yes. She said
Probably
yes.
not. Probably
She did. All right, everybody, y'all have a good day. If you want to connect with Cheryl, I've put her link into the Facebook page, into the chat room. It's Cheryl Prevette, Prevettete, and Cheryl spelled an original way, Cerryl, Cheryl.
Yeah, my mom
so
couldn't
everybody can connect with her there.
Yeah, my mom couldn't spell.
Well, that's okay. It makes you one of a kind. So y'all behave yourselves. Y'all end up having a great end of the week. I will see you all next week. And if I'm not around, don't worry, I'm not listening for the show.
Remember, you said next weekend's Easter, so it's 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, that's right. In 2 weeks. On, let's see the date, April the 8th.
Got it.
For all those people on this upper side of the world, on Jacqueline's side of the world, it will be Monday morning because they're a day ahead of us.
Okay, well,
I don't. It's still Sunday for us. I will keep everybody informed on how it goes. I don't see you next weekend. Everybody, happy Easter, happy Passover, happy whatever it is. Don't eat too much chocolate, and if you have any leftovers, send it to me.
Yeah, good luck. Not with him here. Not with him.
Night, everyone.
Bye-bye.
I've had a great time. I had fun with that.
Yes.
Well done, Cheryl.